YouTube, welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about 2XKO. As you guys know, I'm a professional platform fighter player in Smash Brothers and Multiverses, and I have been dipping and dabbling into traditional fighters for some time now, starting with Street Fighter V. Like, back in the day, I used to play traditional fighters, you know what I'm saying, but like really understanding and trying to learn, especially with my brain as a competitor in the modern era, started kind of with Street Fighter V while it's on its way out. Street Fighter 6 hit Masters rank. Not too, I guess, excited about that anymore because I feel like that's really achievable for the most part by a lot of people. And then in Tekken, which was like my first, I guess, serious approach at a 3D fighter, say, I am in purple rank, I believe, on the way to blue. But anywho, about 2XKO. 2XKO, in my opinion, is a very fun game. I see the appeal that they tried to do with this game in terms of trying to make it accessible to new players, right? Now, I know what people are thinking. When it comes to fighting games, you don't necessarily want them to be super accessible. Well, not that you don't want them to be super accessible, but you don't want them to be so easy that they lose that needed depth and layer that these games have. However, I think that 2XKO provides a healthy balance between being able to just jump right in, hit buttons, and feel successful versus really getting into the nitty-gritty and trying to understand your character and, of course, execute combos with them, because that's like the bread and butter of these games. People want to feel like they are doing combos and they are doing them well. And so I think, first and foremost, the pulse system is great. I guess that's great for newcomers, right? But for players that are more seasoned, not only just in the genre itself, but whether you do come from platform fighters or traditional fighters, I do think there is something for you and that you can jump in and be able to express your skill. Something that I think is a little weird off rip is just the controls. Right now, because I'm used to Street Fighter, I'm more used to the light, medium, heavy approach, right? And then, of course, with the other two buttons, you have light kick, you have heavy kick, medium kick. That doesn't kind of flow correctly, or not correctly, but that's not pretty much how this game works. I feel like this game's control layout is a bit different, even especially with grabs, you having to press heavy punch and medium punch at the same time. So it is something that I had to get used to, but I think after about like an hour of playing, I have it about down. So now it's just more so figuring out the muscle memory to remember combos and then executing on those said combos. You know what I'm saying? I like that even though this game tries to ease people in to this kind of tag fighter or just a tag fighter genre, they actually have a lot of things. Of course, you have your traditional assists that you can do. And of course, you have the ability to just tag into your other character out of an assist. I really do enjoy that, and I do think it makes for some not only dynamic combos, but it's just very satisfying to look at. It's super cool. Something else that I like about this game is I like that they pretty much have like the Guilty Gear burst, right? Like, oh, I'm getting comboed to death, I need to burst, I'm bursting, I'm getting out of there. You know what I'm saying? You have shield pushing, so if someone's hitting your block, you can actually like push them away. Of course, it takes a resource. They have parrying. I just like that there are mechanics in here that fighting game players will be familiar with and will be able to execute with proper, I guess, pretty much proper understanding and, of course, knowledge of the control itself. Because, again, the controls are a little bit weird, and I do think even if you are a well-seasoned fighting game player, you will, I feel like a lot of people are going to customize the controls. I'm not even going front. I'm going to keep a stack with you. I'm playing vanilla controls at this point in time, by the way. Something that I actually think I like the most about the game is the focus on twos. So I think ones is great. You can control two characters. You have full control. Perfectly fine. It's what we're all used to for the most part. But when it comes to actually adding in a team partner, I think that's where this game really does it correct. So I was playing with my boy Uno earlier, right? And this was something to get used to for us. How can we tag in? When can we tag in? When do I tell Uno, yo, I need you to come in real quick, sub me out, shit like that? First off, I think those comms are hilarious. Secondly, I think those comms are content. Because you can already imagine, depending on like who your homies are, yo, you already know the antics that are gonna go down when it comes to that, right? But I think that Riot did this on purpose. They are known for team games mostly. So what's the best way to overcome a loss? Being able to blame your teammate. Not that I'm gonna do that, but you know how it goes. If you play League of Legends, you already know how it goes. I I like the art style of the game. I like the music of the game. I like that we have the classic iconic characters from League of Legends here, but they don't necessarily all look one-to-one to their League of Legends default counterparts. Ahri's costume here, in my opinion, looks a bit different than she does in League of Legends. And not to mention, I think Ahri here, in terms of her personality, feel like she's a bit more, I don't want to say edgy, but she's just like a bit more raw in this game versus in League of Legends. You know, if you look at her dialogue and her tone in this game and you compare it to that of League of Legends, you'll probably understand what I'm saying. I think Braum is pretty damn one-to-one. No, I'm not going to front. This dude, I don't even know how you really change him up like that. Characters that you didn't like in League of Legends, you might actually end up liking in this game. For instance, I don't like Darius in League. Darius is boring to me. But in this game, when I watch him play, even though I call him an ape, I see the vision. I'll call it that, right? Allow is just a character I'm never going to play though, regardless. And so the fighting game community has all been waiting for this game to drop, and especially for this alpha lab to drop. And it's super exciting times that everybody actually from the comfort of their own homes gets to play this game and actually figure stuff out and see what we are working with, because I do think this is going to be one of the biggest traditional fighters like coming out, period. Especially that it's coming from Riot. You already know this thing is going to be popping, right? Now, in terms of longevity, we're going to see how it goes, because typically fighting games come out, they have the big hype factor on launch, then they kind of slow down a bit. But I think that this genre in general is not going anywhere. You feel me? So those are just my initial impressions of 2XKO. Currently, I am in Ahri main. Currently, I like to play the duos format a lot more than the singles format, but I think both of them are good, just as good as each other. And so I think I'll probably experiment with another character just so I can play some singles. However, I am pretty much waiting for like Jinx to come out. I want Kindred to be in the game so I can actually have another character that I care about, because Ahri is one of my all-time favorite characters in League of Legends. So I'm very happy that she's here. Jinx is awesome, but Jinx is not here in the Alpha Lab currently. Kindred is my all-time favorite champ, period. But Kindred ain't in the game, and we don't know if Kindred will be in the game. I do hope they add Rammus too, because that's also my GOAT. That's my GOAT. But anyway, yeah, I think that this game has a lot of skill expression, and if you're worried about this game being too easy because of auto combos or anything like that, you can straight up just turn them off and get to work and pretty much express yourself not only through your character's combos, but the game's mechanics and the game speed as well. This is NAKAT. Thank you so much for listening to me yap about my first impressions of 2XKO. I'm going to go ahead and actually get some games in, and you'll probably see some more matches of this game on my channel as I learn it. Take it easy. Peace out. Deuces. Please subscribe.